Okay, so you have got to hear this. Google has just unleashed something that might seriously change the game for how we tackle complex research. We're talking about their new AI, Gemini 3, powering a tool that feels like it's straight out of science fiction. And no, this is not just another chatbot. This is a research assistant that can actually do things.
And that quote right there, that's the secret sauce. You know how most AI assistants just spit out code snippets you have to copy and paste? Yeah, forget all that. We are entering a whole new era where the AI can literally take control of your browser, run tests, and mess with web apps all on its own. It is a massive, massive leap forward.
All right, so this tool is called Antigravity, and they're describing it as an Agentic IDE. Okay, so what the heck does that even mean, right? Well, an IDE is just the place where developers write code. But the key word here is agentic. Think of it like giving the AI agency, the power to act as an agent, to do stuff on its own. It has autonomy. It can follow complex instructions and actually use tools, like, your web browser.
So, how does this stack up against what's already out there? Let's take a look at a popular tool, Cursor AI. Now, Cursor is great, don't get me wrong, but it can cost you up to $200 a month, and its browser control is pretty limited. Antigravity, on the other hand, has way more advanced control and, get this, for now, it is completely free. Yeah, free. That combination of power and price is a total game changer. Okay, so we've got this super smart general-purpose AI, but how do we get it to do something really specialized, like algorithmic trading research? Well, you got to train it. It's like a genius who doesn't know anything about your specific job. You can't just throw it in the deep end and say swim. You have to give it a custom playbook, all the context and knowledge it needs to work in that specific world.
And you might think the setup would be super complicated, but it's actually surprisingly simple. You basically create a special file, kind of like a cheat sheet, with instructions about a trading framework called Jesse. Then you generate a new project and fire up the local dashboard. It's like you're handing the AI a textbook and saying, here, this is everything you need to know about our system.
All right, setup's done. Time for the first test. Let's see if our new student was paying attention. We're going to start simple, a bit of a softball pitch. The task is to code a really well-known Golden Cross trading strategy. This is just to find out, did it understand the training? Can it even handle the basics? And check out the prompt they gave it. It is remarkable in its simplicity. It's not a bunch of complex commands or jargon, just plain English. The goal here is to talk to it like you would a human assistant, and you just give it that simple request, and bam, it gets right to work.
So, the big question, did it work? Oh yeah, it worked. The code it wrote was flawless. They ran a 2-month backtest, and the strategy it came up with pulled in a 22% net profit with a fantastic Sharpe Ratio of 3. So, okay, test number 1 passed with flying colors. It's a very capable coder, but that was just the warm-up.
Now for the main event. This is where things get really interesting. We need to push it beyond just writing code. The ultimate test is to see if it can act like a true researcher, if it can autonomously create, test, evaluate, and then actually make a decision based on what it finds. I mean, this is the moment of truth, right? Is this just a fancier version of the tools we already have, or is this something completely new? Can it really perform a whole end-to-end research cycle all by itself? So the next prompt they gave it was way more complex. It's not just add a filter. It's a complete logical workflow. It says modify the code, then go to the browser and run the test, analyze the results, and then, here's the key, based on whether there was an improvement, either keep the change or undo it. So the AI followed the instructions perfectly. It added the filter, navigated over to the browser, and reran the backtest. And the results? The new filter was a total dud. The net profit took a nosedive from a positive 22% all the way down to a negative 4%. And hey, that's a critical part of research, right? Not every idea works. The real test is what the AI does next. And this is the incredible part. The AI saw the negative result, understood that it failed the if it improved the results condition, and then, all by itself, it reverted its own code. It cleaned up its own failed experiment. I mean, wow, this is fantastic. That's not just coding, that is research. So let's just process what we're seeing here. This feels like the dawn of a totally new kind of AI assistant. This is no longer just a tool that helps you write things a little bit faster. This is a partner, a research partner that can take on entire projects from start to finish. And just think about the implications. Imagine scribbling down a list of 100 different strategy ideas before you go to bed. You just let the AI run overnight,
and you wake up to a completed report showing you exactly which ideas worked and which ones didn't. The potential to speed up research is it's staggering.
This leaves us with a final, massive question. For a while now, we've all been preparing for AI to help us with our tasks. But what happens when it starts conducting the entire process of discovery and experimentation for us? It is a profound shift in how we work, and it's not something in the distant future. It's happening right now.